This is your Weather Extreme video for Saturday, July the 28th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peterson. A lot of showers around, but not everybody got wet. I was lucky. I got 4/10 of an inch, and that certainly helps the grass a lot. There's a look at the sky cam from Mount Cheeha. We've got a combination of some fog in the valleys and a few leftover clouds. And there's a look at Clanton and the fog down there going into a cloud deck. And I expect that to burn off fairly quickly. We're still dealing with a bit of a boundary in the area, but I think the greatest threat for showers today will be across the southern part of the state, generally south of Clanton. We're still dealing with the upper air pattern that involves a ridge over and along the eastern slope of the Rockies and a trough over the eastern part of the United States, and that pattern kind of staying with us for much of the upcoming week, and we'll be watching for northwesterly flows for isolated showers and thunderstorm clusters. Right now we do have showers occurring across the southern part of Mississippi. I think for the most part the Birmingham area northward will be free of showers today, but you can't rule out some isolated showers. QPF indicates that the best chances for showers, especially over the next couple of days, will be along the area from New Orleans up along the east coast, the southeast coast of the United States, and then we are going to see showers returning a little bit more scattered variety on Tuesday and Wednesday. For the Storm Prediction Center, slight risk over centered pretty much over the D.C. area, with some C-text areas for marginally severe storms, and even all of that shrinks to just a C-text in the western Great Lakes area on day 2. And the tropics remain quiet, but we do note some cloudiness off the African coast, or right along the African coast there with the Atlantic. And we are getting into the climatological period for what we refer to as Cape Verde storms, the storms that come off of Africa. All right, here's a look at the 06E GFS model runs, and there's the forecast for today, and the GFS is suggesting that much of the precipitation should be generally along South Alabama and down along the Gulf Coast, and I think that's pretty correct, and the European goes along with that. In support of that, just looking at the precipitable water, and certainly the precipitable water this morning appears to be centered over, or the highest amounts, those over 2 inches over South Alabama, South Georgia, and along the Gulf Coast area. So I think that's where we're going to see most of the showers, probably for today and Sunday. The pattern doesn't change much in the upper air pattern on Sunday, but we are still in a northwesterly flow, so we're still going to have to watch for those clusters that may develop in weaknesses and move down our way. Tuesday, the trough seems to sharpen just a little bit, so once again I see a little disturbance over pretty much in the vicinity of St. Louis. We're going to have to be watching for that in the way of clusters of thunderstorms developing, and of course the GFS doesn't really identify much of that. Shows a shower area in that vicinity, but not going to likely to identify those individual clusters too well. On Wednesday, not much is changing in the pattern. We're still into the daily chances for showers and thunderstorms, and that continues right on into Thursday. By Friday, we're beginning to see a little bit of a change, and that is that the ridge is breaking down in response to a pretty strong traveling weather system over southwest Canada. And that traveling weather system moves into the north-central United States, and so that is breaking down the ridge. And as it does break down the ridge, of course, the trough is also breaking down over the eastern half of the country. So, but the problem is that we're not seeing an air mass change. So until we see an air mass change, you know, it just looks like those shower chances are with us, so we'll have to stick with that. Now, looking out into voodoo country, don't like the signs of this, but the westerlies stay well to our north, and the 594 heat bubble just spreads out from coast to coast. So looks like around the 10th to 12th we could be seeing some additional, I don't want to call it extreme heat just yet, but certainly that would represent some pretty strong heat. So we'll have to be watching that. Of course, you know how it is with voodoo country. Things can change rapidly. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Extreme video. Expect to have the next one posted by 8 o'clock or so on Sunday morning. In the meantime, I hope that your weekend is a good one, and Godspeed.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
In back-to-back ratings periods,
more people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.